This is the Rebel Call channel. Welcome to today's show. Today we're all celebrating our non-Independence Day because if you believe that you're actually free in the United States of America, well, think again. That's part of the psychosis we're under as being, part of this giant human experiment that is America. So I put together a compilation of clips for everybody out there to celebrate what's going on in America, what's really going on around the world as we continue on a day in, day out basis to lose any freedoms that we have while being told that our democracy is at stake, while the same people who say that are the ones who are normalizing depravity and censoring free speech and trying to destroy all the rights and freedoms that we have. And before I play this video clip that I put together for you, I want to remind everybody I'm uploading new content over on the Wake Up Call channel now. If you have not subscribed, now is the time to do so. If you want to see my daily content, I have tons and tons and tons of new videos, 2 to 3 per day, over on that channel. The link is below. If you're somebody who searches for it, it is called the Wake Up Call channel. And for those of you who have been asking why I don't just move to Rumble or why I don't just move to BitChute, why I continue to be on this platform, I'm on this platform, like I've said a million times, to infiltrate the hive mind that is YouTube. This is where all the young minds go. You don't know if teenagers who are going on Telegram or have any clue about Rumble or BitChute. They're going on YouTube. And the only way we could reach the lost is by infiltrating the hive mind that is YouTube. If I go over to those other platforms, I'm speaking in a vacuum. Everybody over there is already speaking about similar topics. Everybody over there is already familiar with who I am and what my channel is all about. I'm trying to reach new people. That is why I go through what I go through on this platform. That is why I continue to fight on this platform, is for the young minds out there that are completely under hypnosis and mind control to try to break them free from it. So do me the favor, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my Wake Up Call channel below. You can also check out my website, which is linked below as well. Now, we all remember that famous speech from the movie Independence Day that they used to play over and over and over again. And it's funny looking back on it, what has happened in this world since that movie has even been rolled out. How at that time they were telling us that aliens and all of this stuff were make-believe. And of course, we all know and knew then what aliens were and what Project Bluebeam was and is, and what this deception going on is all about, programming people into what they're going to pretend to reveal to people. But since then, when it was once a thing of fiction, we now even have Congress openly talking about UFOs and alien invasions. We also live in a world now, 20 years later, where we have parades celebrating what people like to do in the bedroom. We live in a world now where the government is so tyrannical that they can tell you and force you to do something or take something, and then, of course, spin it as if it's not tyrannical. Well, just take a look at this compilation of clips I put together for you to celebrate our non-independence.
Aircraft from here will join others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today.
We begin with that historic UFO hearing on Capitol Hill today. As we just said, the bipartisan push for transparency, certainly decades in the making. The nation watched gripping testimony of UAPs, accusations of a government cover-up, calls for action, and demands for greater transparency on this issue. What are these unidentified objects? Where did they come from? And are we alone?
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore.
America's darkest chapter has never been far from Hollywood's vivid imagination.
With them goes the last semblance of law and order.
From Gone with the Wind,
The scavengers aren't wasting any time.
to Glory, to Lincoln. Movies have brought us the barbarity and the politics of the Civil War. What if that pestilential war or merely our first civil war? That's the premise of a new film called Civil War, opening this week. An unflinching and relentless look
Well, you're American, okay?
at a nation divided and violent.
What kind of American are you?
Not in the 1860s, but today.
You don't know?
Does not feel like a sci-fi movie. This could be us in, pick a year, 2025, 2026, 2024.
I cannot stand these people that are destroying our country, that are opening our borders, that are weaponizing our federal law enforcement against patriotic Americans who love this nation as we should. We are having a great time at the fair. We love standing with you, but we know that only through force do we make any change in a corrupt town like Washington, D.C.
We will be united in our common interest.
Social media networks have struggled to contain the spread of misinformation on their platforms as conspiracy theories continue to saturate the internet. An article recently published in The Atlantic entitled "The Mainstream Media Won't Tell You This: Peddle Misinformation, Cry Conspiracy When No One Else Reports It. Repeat." Explores how an increased number of conspiracy theorists are posing as journalists in an effort to further peddle false narratives to the public.
Today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom.
Well, on a lighter note, more than 2 million people gathered for the 54th annual New York City Pride March to celebrate the LGBTQ+ community. This year's march celebrated how far the community has come, while also recognizing the work towards inclusivity continues. Good Day's Michelle Ross has more.
It was a cloudy start to the day, but colors of the rainbow brightened Fifth Avenue as people from all over the country came to celebrate Pride.
First time traveling all the way from Georgia.
This year's Pride March is in its 54th year. It began the year after the Stonewall Uprising. It also celebrates 40 years of heritage of Pride. Attendees say it's a place they can come to feel welcome and safe.
I'm here to celebrate my sexuality. I've come out a few years ago, and I'm very proud of myself.
Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution.
And here's the latest data that confirms that we're still in a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Cases are still rising, especially among the unvaccinated. There are still 85 million Americans who are eligible to get vaccinated, who remain unvaccinated, and at real risk. Across the country, virtually all of the COVID-19 hospitalizations and deaths continue to be among the unvaccinated. There are people who are dying and who will die who didn't have to. So please, if you haven't gotten vaccinated, do it now. Do it now. It could save your life and it could save the lives of those you love. Just remember, we have two key ways of protecting ourselves against COVID-19. One, safe, free, and effective vaccines. And two, masks. Vaccines are the best defense, but masks are extremely helpful as well.
We're fighting for our right to live.
I don't know if they thought that we were stupid people because we quote-unquote live downriver.
Tempers flaring in the downriver community of Wyandotte over this, a 60-foot T-Mobile cell tower attached to the Washington Elementary School.
Nobody should live within a quarter-mile radius of a 5G T-Mobile cell tower.
But a lawsuit was filed by residents to stop T-Mobile from activating the cell tower, and a judge on Wednesday denied the request. Now it appears T-Mobile will activate the tower on Saturday.
Until they know what the long-term effects are, I don't really think you should be putting kids in danger.
Yet the legal challenge had to do with zoning, not health, as the FCC allows cell towers, and the judge ruled state law allows cell towers to be put on any existing building.
The 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday.
We are global citizens. And for the first time in history, we have the means to end extreme poverty.
Our social power can ensure governments, businesses, and NGOs all play their part.
We can use that power to grab the world's attention and shake the systems and policies, keeping people poor.
People can thrive, will thrive, given the opportunity.
But we must act as one.
I am a global citizen.
I am a global citizen.
I am a global citizen.
A global citizen.
Join us on the platform that unites our passion and amplifies our voice against extreme poverty.
Become a global citizen. Unlock your power.
But as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night, we will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Police and security guards in Belgium were caught flat-footed today by a cowardly sneak attack on one of the world's wealthiest men. The target was Microsoft Chairman Bill Gates, arriving for a meeting with community leaders. Watch what happens when a team of hitmen meet him first with a pie in the face. Gates was momentarily and understandably shaken, but he was not injured. The hit squad piled on with 2 more pies before one of them was wrestled to the ground and arrested. The others, for at least the moment, got away. Gates went inside, wiped his face clean, and made no comment. He then went ahead with his scheduled meeting. No word on the motive for this attack.
And of course, it's easy to look at that at the end there and laugh, right? I had to throw Bill Gates getting the pie in the face, because there is hope at the end of the tunnel that people will wake up and people will rise up against all of this tyranny that's going on. But unless we help more people wake up, then there's no chance that we'll ever have of anybody waking up. If we speak in a vacuum and we only talk to like-minded people, then this is never going to evolve. They're never going to break free from the hypnosis and the spell that they are under, which has been put on them by their own government. So that is why we have to, on this Independence Day, remember that we need to get people not to worship their country or be patriots like the alt-right talks about. We need to get people's minds independent from the hypnosis and the mind control that they're under. And that's why I'll continue to fight here. A reminder, if you have not subscribed yet to the Wake Up Call channel, it is linked below. I also have another channel called Hurting Humanity that I'm building out. I'd appreciate it if everybody sub now if they haven't yet. And if you still want my content, that's where you can find it. I thank you all for being here. Hope you're all well. God bless you as always and your families.